We're just waiting for Maggie to get seated. Hey, thank you everybody for coming today. This is really exciting for our family. Macy is just super wired and ready to go. So we want to say thank you to everybody who's come. Just for those who don't know, Macy's been preparing all these years, and now she's going to be going to BYU in the fall. She got accepted into a very competitive program, the BYU music program in violin performance. And so we're really excited. We have teachers and friends, and we'll kind of develop this sort of program today. And so many of you are neighbors and friends from school and friends from church and friends from every place. The world, you're going to love that too. It's going to be fun today. So thank you for coming. I am now going to, is there anything I'm supposed to say to embarrass her? Is this the moment that I would say? Okay. May I now turn the time over to everybody. Please give a warm welcome to MacyLynn Keller.
Actually, the only one that I learned because I haven't been doing classical that long. it's important to mention that, as you can probably guess, guitar is not my main instrument. I took lessons for a while, but I haven't for like 2 years. And so, but I would like to tribute this song to Matthew Hartz. He's not able to be here today, but he coached me on guitar, piano, ukulele, encouraged me to sing, and yeah, that's really it. But okay, here we go. Oh, it's I Will by Alison Krauss. Okay. Who knows how long I've loved you? Who knows I love you still? Will I wait a lonely lifetime? If you want me to, I will. And if I ever saw you, I didn't catch your name, but it never really mattered. I will always feel the same. Love you forever and forever. Love you with all my heart. Love you whenever we're together. Love you when we're apart. And when at last I find you, your song will fill the air. Sing it loud so I can hear you. Make it easy to be near you. And the things you do endear you to me. Oh, you know I will. Love me, but I love it. I just can't play very well. Okay, I'm going to invite. For this next song, I'm going to invite my old fiddle instructor, Katrina Nicolaya. She is a world-class fiddler. She's won many national competitions and world competitions, and she's really good. I'm super excited to play with her. While I tune, will you tell them why it sounds different when we play? Because
Oh yes, well, maybe we should switch sides.
okay, that's true. See, she knows better than me.
So this is, we're playing a song called Midnight on the Water. It was written by Benny Thompson. He was a world champion fiddler, and we're cross-tuning our instrument. Do you want to give her her? So normally the fiddle is tuned to E, A, D, G. We're going to be tuning D, A, D, D. So it's two strings are different. And I will be playing harmony. She's going to play melody. And so I play backwards, and so when her bow goes up, mine will go down, and it'll be kind of funny because this has some bowing in it that, well, you'll see it. Why it's called Midnight on the Water. 1, 2.
Some of Macy's music teachers. We have 3 of them here today, and there's 6 altogether. But first, Bobby, do you want to come up? Bobby is where this all started. I do have to say that I bought Macy a violin because I thought they were cute, the small ones. And I figured that it would be a good background because in our family we're all piano players. And I just figured that would be a good start for her to become an awesome piano player. But little did I know that she would just take off on the violin and the piano would really just never happen. So Bobby, come on up. A little bit. She can play the piano probably better than I can, but do you want to
years old. But I love Bobby, and I'm so grateful to have had such a patient teacher because I'm sure I was like a little girl and I wasn't very, didn't want to practice. I don't remember, but thank you, Bobby. And she didn't just stop coaching me when I was little. She led the junior jammers, which I participated in for half of my life, and that was an awesome experience. It really put me on stage and helped me learn how to perform. And I would say that I wouldn't be able to go where I am right now with the classical if it weren't for this fiddle background that Bobby has put into my ear and into my blood.
I'm a little shorter, so I'll move down the mic. I remember Macy coming really, really young, and there were two things that really stood out in my time with Macy. First of all, she was the first student that ever completed the Little Hodowner book, which was the beginning, kind of the foundation of the old time fiddling, and you have to learn all the songs, memorize all the songs to become a junior jammer, and she did that like within a year and a half. And this included like the Orange Blossom special, and she was just amazing. She said that she didn't like to practice, but I didn't see any evidence of that because she always came to lessons prepared. And then she graduated to the junior jammers, and we put on 2 large shows a year. And that very first year, she memorized all 20 of the songs that we played. And she was 5. And I have students, and Katrina has students that are in high school that have a very difficult time doing that. The other thing that really stands out in my memories of Macy is, I call it the performance of the heart. She lost her Nana, and it affected her. And Katrina and I we were really concerned for you. And I attended the funeral and the service, and Sherry came, and she told me, she said, Macy's gonna play. And, as a musician, I think that's one of the hardest things that we ever do to play for, is a funeral, especially for someone that you love and care for so deeply. And, Macy got up there, no accompaniment, and she did her own rendition of a hymn. And it just gave me such a glimpse of her heart. And I just felt like I really saw your inner soul at such a tender age. And I'll never forget that. Macy, I have a lot of people come, and I'll be at the grocery store, and they'll come up and say, oh, do you remember me? And I lie. And I say, yeah. They maybe performed with the Jammers 15, 20 years ago, but Macy, I'll always remember you, and you'll always have a place in my heart. I love you.
Bobby kind of passed the baton of Macy off to Katrina because, as was mentioned, Katrina is a world-class fiddler. She's, I don't know how many national titles you've won now at Weezer, Grand Masters in Nashville. She's the real thing. And she took Macy on and taught her how to compete. And Christine came this morning and helped me set up, and I had brought a box of trophies, and Christine said, we can't put all these out. This is way too many. So we put out a token number, and that's all because of Katrina. Thank you, but well, but you coached her in competing, so please.
I remember my lessons with Katrina as just super uplifting, and super fun. I remember she would always encourage me to write my own parts to pieces that I was going to play in the contest. And that really pushed me. It's actually still hard for me, but I definitely gained some creative musicality there when I was forced to do that. And then we also did jazz, and that was super fun. And I learned how to improvise, and that is just it's helped me so much, and I thank you for that.
Well, Macy, Mom and I always called her Amazing Macy, because, I mean, I really did use her as an example to my other students. Well, Macy, she always came prepared, and I'm not just saying that. She was, a student that you look forward to seeing every week. I've taught for 22 years or something like that, and not many kids are like her. Of course, all of you know her and how wonderful she is, but it's so special when you have a student that comes back and does what you ask. And we always did have a fun time. I don't know, she's just wonderful. I miss her so much, not seeing her every week. And I'm really proud of how you performed tonight. And her singing, I about cried, because I've not really heard you sing. I'll get to hear one more, but anyway, like I said, we always called her Amazing Macy, and she does hold a special place in our hearts, and she always, always will. And I love you, Macy.
Would Jeffrey Hill please come to the stage? Jeffrey is my classical instructor. I started taking from him 4 years ago. I think it's been 3 now. Actually, the first time I saw you, you came to the orchestra in my school, and you had forgotten your music. And so it's just funny because everyone's like, "Oh, that's Jeff. Always forgetting his music." But I think you're amazing. You play amazing. I don't even think you need music. But Jeffrey has taught me so much. All that you heard today, wouldn't have been able to do it without Jeff. He started me on classical, encouraged me to listen to classical violinists, and I really appreciate the ground that you laid for me that I'm going to go at BYU, and I'm super scared, but I couldn't have done it without you. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, Macy. It's really just an absolute joy to watch you play at the level that you are today. 3 or 4 years ago, whatever it was, that you came to me right after I had forgotten my music. Thank you. I was supposed to tell an embarrassing story about you, and you told an embarrassing story about me. Okay. Yeah, like right after you came to me, right after I visited you at your school, you came to me and you told me you had a fiddle background, that you've been playing in your school orchestra for a little while, and I thought, okay, so we'll work on some scales and some etudes and some middle level classical repertoire. And very quickly it became apparent that Macy was not just going to do this on the side and keep fiddling as her primary means of violin playing. It became clear very early that Macy was really going to go somewhere with classical music. And I, 3 years ago, would have I had no idea that you would be able to play Bach like you just did for this audience. That was just amazing, really just amazing. And I'm so confident that you're going to have a fantastic time at BYU. There are so many lessons where I just feel like you come and you're kind of annoyed at me. You are so well prepared, I'm kind of running out of things to say, and I'm like, let's go for the really nitpicky stuff here. And yeah. So, I really have to dig deep to really push Macy hard, because she's practiced so hard and so long. She's really turned into a fantastic violinist, and I know she's going to be fantastically set up for taking lessons with Professor Belknap at BSU. So thank you very much, Macy, for your work and dedication. It's been an honor to teach you.
Yeah.
Macy's high school teacher was planning on being here, and she had a family situation and wasn't able to make it. And so she asked if I would please read this paper and give it to Macy. Miss Mackey at the high school, we got really lucky because she was at Skyview High School for only 4 years. And those are the exact 4 years that Macy was at Skyview High School. And it was a huge blessing because that music room became a home away from home for my daughter and became a solace and refuge, from high school. And with the block schedule the way it is, she had Miss Mackey basically every day for almost 2 hours. And she wanted me to read this. Oh, and at the high school they call her MacyLynn, because that is her legal name now. MacyLynn. In fact, I would go to the teacher conferences, and they would go, okay, let's talk about MacyLynn. And I'd be like, who? What are we talking about? Okay, a few thoughts about the amazing MacyLynn Keller. Being MacyLynn's orchestra teacher for 3 years and her choir teacher for 4 years has been an absolute joy and a privilege. There are so many amazing things about this young woman that I could spend hours listing them. For the sake of time, I'll just share a short list. MacyLynn is hardworking, determined, constant, kind to everyone, honest, funny, actually she's downright hilarious at times, maintains a positive attitude, lifts the people around her, plays so in tune that it's shocking, and plays like an angel. It has been an honor to be her teacher. In many ways, I have learned so much from her. I'm a better person and a better teacher for having worked with MacyLynn. And then she has some words of advice. MacyLynn, maintain who you are. Continue working hard. Most of all, continue strong and never give up. You have so much talent and skill, but that's not even your greatest quality. Your greatest quality is your heart. It's who you are at your core. You are a beautiful person who works like a dog and cares like an angel. Everyone around you is made better, stronger, and kinder by being near your influence, including me. I will miss you so much, but I am excited for you to continue your journey of excellence. I feel completely confident in your future. It will be whatever you decide to be. Miss Mackey. That is her heart. Okay, we have one final number, but before we do that, as soon as we're done with the final number, they're supposed to be bringing food in. Christine, did you go tell them?
I told them when the song's over. Do you want to
Okay.
now?
Okay. Well, no, they can do it when the song's over.
Yeah.
So we're going to have some food brought in. As soon as the song is over, help yourself. There's tables to eat and eat at. And you'll also find some cards at each table with some pens. So for those of you that can, maybe write some words of advice for Macy as she goes off to college, or a memory, or just anything you want to write for her. And this is a family number, and there's every chance that I'm going to mess up my part. So just heads up.
The Keller family is conference too. No, Hey. I'm MacyLynn, and that's Preston on the guitar. He's awesome, he's my brother. This is Shepard on the trumpet. He's awesome, he's also my brother. This is my dad. I'm just kidding. Dad, I love you, Dad. I love my dad so much, and I'm so grateful for him. And he's playing, you'll see what he's playing. That's my mom over there. She put this all together, and this would not have been so beautiful without her and Christine Gravier.
And we're
Okay.
really sorry if we could take you down.
It begs to come up. I invited them. I love them. Okay. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my hand. Your beauty is beyond compare with flaming locks of auburn hair with ivory skin, eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring, your skin is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. He talks about you in his sleep, and there's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Joe. And I could easily understand how you could easily take my Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. And you can have your choice of man, but I can never love again, 'cause he's the only one for me, Jolene. And I had to have this talk with you, my happiness depends on you, whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my hand. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Food's supposed to be here, so we can wait for the food if you want.
Ladies eat, there's a ton of it.
It's invisible.